All right, greetings everybody. Tuko poa? Haya. Sasa naona watu karibu tuko na masimu zetu. Karibu kila mtu tuko hapa. Tuko kwa simu. So tuweke chini kidogo tuone. Okay. So tunajaribu kuangalia ile kwanza ndio tuanze vizuri. All right. So welcome everybody again to GDDF 2023. My name is Peter. I happen to be the ambassador for the program, and I'm so pleased to be hosting you today. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. We will close those laptops and we just engage more to hear more from you guys. So a quick introduction of my guests and probably people in the house. I got sponsors from the for GDDF. Some of them are joining us today, and other guests from other organizations who are joining us today. So, quick one. I'll welcome Patrick. Patrick works with the Palladium, and since last year, we've been working together to bring this to you. So, Patrick, the floor is yours. Say hello and just a few minutes of conversation. Jump on, Patrick.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How are you? My name is Patrick Ishoke. I'm a technical advisor with Palladium Group. I'm glad to see all of you. It's been a hectic schedule to plan this watch party, but I must give credit to Peter. He has done a lot of work to make sure that we are out there. And I'm happy to welcome all of you to this watch. Enjoy. Hope we are able to discuss and collaborate. This is not the only watch party we have. We have 3 more watch parties happening around Soal. We have one in Addis, we have one in Guatemala, and another one in Honduras. So we are very proud to sponsor these watch parties. Unfortunately, we didn't plan it as big as we had wished. Would have wanted to invite more corporates, but we had such a short time and we didn't have enough resources to, like people, to be able to plan as extensively as we want. So hopefully next year we'll make it a bit bigger. Addis was very huge yesterday. I attended remotely, and I'm hoping next year we can be able to get and we can get more volunteers to help us plan. Feel free, welcome. This is the main office for Palladium down here in Barlow. Palladium is a global company based in many countries. We are right now in 96 countries with about 4,000 staff. Kenya is one of the regional hubs with our regional office based here in Morningside. We have about 3,000 projects around the world. In Kenya, we have 4 main projects, but this regional office supports projects in Africa, Southeast Asia, and South America. So we have a big team here of around 250 staff supporting different projects. You can learn more about Palladium on our website, thepalladiumgroup.com, and see some of the projects and the work we are doing. If you have a question, feel free to reach out to me. My colleagues were to attend, but we are having an intensive activity, which means they might not make it, but I'll be around to help answer any questions for tomorrow. Thank you and welcome. Watch party.
Thank you so much, Patrick. So you guys have heard about Palladium, what they do. So probably in future, you guys can be part of their 1,000 staff or 4,000 staff. So you guys can see you've got a powerhouse in there, a powerful house to be in, if you see what I mean. So keep that in mind. So the website, we could share that on the Facebook and on this, our tweets or on our social media. So my next guest, I got Wairimu from Microsoft. So Wairimu, you want to jump on and say hello?
Yes, thank you very much, Peter, and thank you for the invitation. My name is Wairimu Gashara with Microsoft Tech for Social Impact. I will share a little bit more what that means, but I'm very excited to see this community here. So looking forward to the discussion.
Right, there we go. My laptop has got Microsoft, my phone has Microsoft. So for the first time I'm meeting somebody from Microsoft, like to have a chat. We just meet Microsoft online and on these things, but you guys have somebody from inside, so you guys can engage. I was speaking to Wilson, and Wilson, can you show us your book somewhere? Your book behind your notebook. Yeah, I saw it and I said, Wairimu is coming, so you can have a word. But thanks so much, Wairimu, for turning up. Then I got Darren. Darren, you want to jump on and say hello as well?
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Darren Juma. I'm a 5th-year civil engineering student at the University of Nairobi. And I'm a director and founder of the Nat Foundation, where we do reduce inequalities in the societies and care for the environment. Thank you. We'll share more.
All right, that's Darren. And how I know Darren and why I wanted Darren to be on here, because we got this climate change stuff that is happening all over the place. And every time I follow Darren online, it's like cleaning Nairobi, doing a lot of stuff. So I say, come meet the youth, talk to them about what you are doing in Nairobi. Probably we might join you in the next cleanup. So that's how I got Darren to this platform. And obviously I got volunteers. I don't do these things alone. I got a Jeshi La GDDF 2022. So I will start with Mwikali over here. Mwikali, if you want to say hello, just tell people what you do really quick.
Hello, good morning. My name is Mwikali Kilonzo. I am a student, also a volunteer at Global Youth Forum, and it's nice to be here with you guys today. Thank you.
Thanks, Mwikali. Then I got Joram somewhere. Joram, all the way from Mombasa to join us today for this GDTF 2023. Joram, you want to say hello?
Hello to you. I work in the oil and gas industry with contractors, we have maintenance there. And I go to the student, we get to the University of the campus. So yeah, I came on the way, meet with very good people. I've engaged so many of you, and I'm just so happy. So I hope you have engagement today and shall all about this. Thank you.
Right. Thanks so much, Joram.
I forgot to mention Mary, actually, just
see that in but there we go. That's Joram all the way from Mombasa. But then next to him, we got Elizabeth Wambui. Elizabeth, jump on. Right. Here we got Wambui doing some great work. And then I finally got Val somewhere. Val is sat somewhere. Val, you want to say hello?
Yeah, good morning. I'm Virginia. Val Virginia Kipunja. I work as an advocate. I work with students. It's a pleasure to be here.
Right. Thank you so much. But purely if you can see that team, it is gender balanced, 2/3 gender room. So there we go. So we are within the constitution, but there we go, team. So again, that is just to get us started, but really quick about the GDDF and what it entails. It has been done several years, but now due to COVID, things came up. But now the virtual platform opened up and people went doing a lot of things. So I was recruited to be part of volunteers who used to manage, we call them social hours then. That was back in 2020. So then we came to 2021, a session was done. Then 2022, we got that. So if you guys, you are on the platform, you might have seen some points popping up. So I seem to be a little bit competitive and I was on top somewhere there. So then we got into conversation. So if you see that platform, you also can be there because I didn't have any of these skills. I didn't know people, only like it was my volunteer work that placed me there. I went in there, actively contribute on the site. And then there was an offer where you meet the person of your choice. And then I selected this TechChange CEO as my choice. Just like you guys can go, if you fall on top 10, you can meet the organizers from USAID, Chemonics, and Deloitte. So for me, I selected TechChange based on what I wanted to do and with the work I was doing. So we had a one-on-one call and then lots of things came. So I got selected now to be an ambassador for Kenya, which is a pleasure, and probably in future, we want you guys to be ambassadors so you guys can lead such sessions. So like Joram, Mwikali, so then we can also come as audience to support you, okay? So that's purely it. And I think that just like Patrick have said, we got something again coming probably end of this year, but that is Frontiers for Digital Development. But again, GDDF will be in 2024. And Patrick said we want to make it really nice so we can get more people to collaborate with you guys. So looking at our thematic areas, climate change, locally led development, and we have emerging technologies. And I'm glad we got Njoroge in the house. Njoroge was in yesterday's session where he made his presentation. Njoroge, do you want to jump on and just say hello to everyone? So,
welcome. My name is Brian Njoroge. I work with SMA for development. Thanks for having us here. So just a bit of what you said. Yesterday, I had two sessions on solar, which was on transport, or like the role of solutions, transport, and then the other one was on IoT and locally development. So thinking about what IoT can do to change climate, but also instead of the agriculture, utilities, sanitation, and all. We had guest speakers from Nokia, Dialogue, which company in Pakistan. Hello, Tracker, which is a startup, and Google, which is a startup. Yeah, so we're actually sharing about that.
Right, there we go. So you have, if you go to that platform and you see Njoroge, then at the end of the day, you say, at least I met somebody virtually, but again, met them physically. So there we go. So thanks, Njoroge, for creating time. And then obviously to other partners in the house. So what we are aiming for, first, let me thank Palladium Group for always giving us a hand and always supporting us in doing all this. And the other partners as well, we say thank you to them as well, because we want to look forward to like engage you on your community projects. Like you've just seen somewhere here, we have locally led developments. We can't go somewhere to implement our change. We just need to make them happen locally. So those are the topics, and these are the partners that we have that you guys can connect to. Maybe next time we go to see Microsoft on the list.
Definitely.
Yeah, but there we go. We are glad like they are in here. But next time, obviously, they are partners. Depending, like we are looking to have local partners as well. People like Safaricom and all these people. But we have to start somewhere. So there we go. So that's too much talking there. Sometimes these talks can be boring, but at least you can now relate the content of where we are coming from and now where we want to go. So I know we are short of time, but we want to really do something really quick. Not sure if any of you have gone to online platform and watched this particular session. Has anyone done any watch on any voices of young people as partners of digital development? Has anyone done that yet? You are just free to say no, by the way. So it's all welcome. Has anyone tried popping by the GDDF 2023 platform? Yeah, Val, yes. Someone? Yeah. Someone else? Justin? Yeah. So what sessions have you watched? If you've popped in there, just like a rough idea. Watch party, what actually it means is we were to come on here, project a video, and we watch. So, but I did send you links, so you guys, I'm sure you have to watch. But we want to relate this to the local context, so you guys can watch a little bit later. And that's why we had this topic first. How can the youth be involved in designing educational technology policies fit for the 21st century in Kenya? How does that topic sound? So what it will mean, because we want you guys to have a quick chat, make a really quick points, and then the three people, you will come here, make the presentation, and then we will welcome our guests now to summarize what you guys will have come up with. So it is now very open. You just get your book. Maybe I see people are really nice. They came up with notes and books. So you just group yourselves into 5 and just ensure how you group yourself is not the people you like, different people. Like Joram came from Mombasa and maybe he knows Val. Go differently. So start networking, know each other, then prepare something really quick that can take you 2 minutes just to present. How can the youth be involved in designing educational technology policies fit for the 21st century in Kenya? Any question with that? Just really quick. Or what we could do, because like we are short of time, we can run around this really quick. And then for the next one, we discuss. So if anyone has got a point on this, what are your views in terms of involvement of youth in developing or designing educational technology policies fit for 21st century? So probably you might want to start with which policy are you suggesting and how can it be made better, or what new technology can we come up with? So who will go first? So you design, like just think of a policy really quick, because we are like on Global Digital Development Forum, a policy, and probably what can the youth do to contribute on that particular policy? Who want to start us off? Justin, you want to go first? Who wants to go first? So the floor is open now. So then the next one, we'll do like now that group discussion. So we catch up on time. Yeah, Val, go for it.
They can do research in terms of the issue that they want to create activities again, or they can find out what policies are being developed in relation to this topic, and then participate as members. So, for example, when you're doing a lot of policy drafting, you have meetings where you validate things. So this meeting they can attend and be able to post over so that they can that. So first, I'd like to suggest research, and then second, participate, like the public participation. Give ideas of what we should do.
All right. So Val is bringing points of doing research, and then you participate. Research and participation. So young people or the youth, we need to do research and then participate on where these discussions are taking place. So Val, thank you for starting us off. Really good. Someone else who want to chip in and get us going? Joyce?
I think we should see if they are, I mean, they can also check or look at the challenges. What they're facing.
I didn't hear that. Can somebody echo that really quick for me? Wilson, do you want to echo what she said?
Saying that the youth can look at the challenges that they are facing
And then? Oh, okay, good. I think that's now a good one to bring somebody again into this conversation. What are young people or youth facing in your community that they can offer solution to? Thank you, Joyce, for bringing that, and Wilson for echoing that. Now it's clear in my head. Somebody with just a big challenge that the youth are facing that relates to probably education. And then how can we then solve that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we just got five. Yeah,
I've got something. I would find it very necessary to see many young people creating content that relates to how we can be able to improve our education and technology, especially if you can demonstrate or run experiments to show how to achieve certain activities and to achieve certain goals. That would be quite interesting because we are always looking for additional content to supplement our education content in the region.
Yeah. So I think we've got something really solid there. So start thinking along those lines, guys. So for example, they do say you go into a room and you are just quiet. You listen in, obviously, which is really nice, you learn, but then you don't speak up. And then there is an issue there. But not a problem with like not you speaking up, but you just sharing your jumping on to share with us something.
I have a question. Yeah, go ahead.
Looking at our educational system as Kenya, we are left quite far behind, but we're not really developing, but we are above developing, considering that our education system needs to evolve in such a way that we integrate ICT, real ICT, not just giving people tablets, but to give them the technical know-how, how to design programs, how to run C++. For example, in my university, we did C++, but up to now, I am not able to design a program as such yet. As you go to advanced education, you go to your PhD, your master's, and you do it outside, like maybe America, they require you to create programs. They require you to process if you're doing imaging, they require you to process the images. So now we need maybe to decentralize IT such that we have maybe like the way we have blood drives. we can also have like ICT drives, tech drives, where maybe you can volunteer those who are very good at AI, who are good at machine learning, who are good at programming, can come together in the villages and introduce people to such things as AI, so that now we can grow in terms of education. Yeah, that is my take on this.
Yeah, I think there is a point. There is one that clicked on my head and involving the people in the rural communities. And then there was one on, we have a university that teaches you program, yes, but then this program is just for like academics and passing that. But then when you go to the field, like you can't actually apply that. So if you were to suggest a policy to ensure that what you learn in a class and get out there to apply that, what will that policy look like, for example? And then somebody can also just jump on to add on what she has said. But really good point, covering the local, like the marginalized communities, and then applying what you have learned in class. Go for it. So probably the voice is low. I'm struggling to hear you.
Okay, so now Timoy.
Yeah.
Okay, so my point is that for what it says that research is part of what the can actually part of terms of their own policy. But my question comes in where in this country the policy makers are actually not direct where they are. So if we could actually invest in the monetary investment of doing the academia together with doing the academia and the industry, we can actually get the use of education policies.
All right. Okay. But I'm sure you guys listened to what Timoy did say in there. So I know we are on our timing right there. We're just a few more minutes, so we can take a few more comments on that before we welcome our first guest on this particular topic. Anyone to add? Yeah, go for it.
Morning, everyone. So, concerning policy on the education system, we say, okay, the bureaucracy and economics are taking over. We realize that even the people that are consulted on that education are not being consulted on the side. Maybe they bring the ideas on the table, but they are not doing this. Really. And like even when the citizens will have very many investments, but not all of them will do it. Even when they will be able to say that I'm currently doing a project at a primary school, but those pupils in class 7 ended up taking like $1 of a month doing nothing. Yet the nation is talking about things that are going on well. So the idea is bringing the youth now on board more that making the education sector. Let us not go away with the big men, but let them bring on board like now the students now rather the young people. Because with the young people, we also be eager and very excited when we are brought on board, just so that they can listen to us and also contribute towards something that is relevant to help this nation with back.
All right. Good one there. So bringing all the voices that do matter into the table, or just having them contribute and not leaving them behind, can make us design these policies to ensure like we are fully involved on these particular things that we are developing to bring about change. Then you look at this one, we will take two more before we jump on. But then if you are going to design a policy, everything is speaking about climate change and all this other stuff happening around. And in Kenya, are we planting 15 billion trees by 2030? Maybe we will get there. But you as a young person or joining this call today or joining the GDDF 2023 today, if you are to design a policy or suggest a policy to help us combat the climate change issues in Kenya, what will that be? For example. Yeah, go for it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Joseph. I'm a student at the and also I'm a student for Liberty. One policy that we suggest for look up the climate change issues. Number one is to implement a policy whereby the students in schools, like the climate change, be a topic that is taught in schools. And with that, I think most of the people will have the knowledge, and maybe they be, if they, for example, it's in universities, there be a project on the unit that you are doing that is on climate change. For example, if you are in lower schools like primary, high school, because like when you teach someone when he's young and he has a fresh mind, will get that concept well and will grow up with that concept. So teaching the implementing, like having the climate change as a subject in schools, I think will help solve this.
All right. Come. So yeah, so having subjects in school. I saw other people also commenting on this one on the platform. So it will be really nice to keep that conversation going. I know other people who are having some programs in schools. And I think that can be a really good angle that we would really love to dive right into in terms of schools and engaging the young people. So that's a really good one. I like that one, involving schools. And then finally, I remember somebody, her name, she did say something on volunteering. So if you were to design a volunteering curriculum or decide a policy that will help get youth to learn through volunteering and contribute towards the social impact or towards these climate change issues or educational, so all these educational projects, what will that be? What would you love to see on the angle of volunteerism in terms of making that social impact that we really want to see? Because not everybody can be employed, if you see what I mean. Not everybody can be accommodated in these particular spaces. But what policy would you decide or would you suggest to go into the sector of volunteerism? One or two. I'm looking to pick Asutsa. You wanna go for it?
Thank you so much. This is Asutsa Yusufat from Muza. I'm a graduate. I'm a business admin in the finance. I'm a volunteer at the Darren Hart Foundation and Clean Up Kenya. I think the question is very important, and I think the youth, we are the gurus when it comes to tech. When you look even to our parliamentarians, most of them, they don't have idea with technology, to be honest. You saw what happened with the CSS when they had their meeting with the president, where they were using the gadgets. Many of them walichanganyikiwa, they needed assistance. So we are the engine when it comes to IT. And I think Microsoft and other stakeholders need to come up with a program that will incorporate us, even if it is on a volunteering basis. And not only them, but also the government. So that, you see, we have the knowledge, we have the skills that we normally gain through the Google classes, through the Microsoft. But the challenge that we face, we don't have resources even to implement. Maybe I have an idea on how I can create a learning platform for our primary school kids or even high school. But you see, I don't have enough resources. I only have this level. So the policy that needs to be designed to incorporate us youth, because we are the only ones who can help accelerate this knowledge in tech, so that each and every person can be equipped, even the older, with these skills in tech. I think that is my take.
All right, I think I think that was a laborative, I think. So Microsoft and all these other tech companies coming up with platforms to bring volunteers together and help them, probably even mobilize resources to enable them volunteer. Really good point. Michelle, you want to jump on as well?
Yeah, to add on what you said,
Yeah.
I'm actually working on a program. Okay, an app. I'm not sure of the name, but if you see it in the book, it's called.
I'm struggling to hear you, Mike. Next time we will come with the mic. Sorry, guys. So we raise our voice a little bit. If even we have low voices, but there we go. Go for it.
Michelle Nana, volunteering at a foundation. To add on what I'm saying, I'm working on a program called an app where we can help those who want to volunteer. So the app works like we have volunteers all over. We have people who would like to sponsor. We have land in different places. So if we are in Nairobi and probably we want to work in Machakos, we find land in Machakos. The app will tell you the best trees that can thrive in that place. And then using sponsors and other people, maybe they can fund people to go there and feed.
All right, good. And because I saw the app shared on our group, I think it's a very interesting one. I had already seen it on the group. So I wasn't sure that you are the one going to share it, but you could see what actually she did share on the group. Really good platform, matching volunteers and getting them organized. So to sum that up before I welcome our first guest, does it?
Yes. Can I say something?
Yeah, go for it, Patrick.
I've been listening to all of you, and yesterday in the forum in Addis, there was a lot of criticism of most of the comments that were made were, which word do I use, were not practical in the sense that they were very theoretical. So I want to challenge you, and most of you I can hear are students. I have heard people saying the government needs to, Microsoft needs to bring the youth on board. Be realistic. The gatekeepers of these places, the policymakers are not willing to change. I have heard someone say they come from JKUAT. I schooled in JKUAT. I did my master's there. I know those lecturers very well. Some of them were my class. What they know, they don't want to learn anything else, so they don't want to change anything. Because it means they have to go back to school, they have to change their notes and things like that. So their interest is to grow and become professors and managers in the class. It's not to bring more youth and compete with themselves. So what I want to say is to what Wairimu said, but you see, content creation is the future. For any youth right now, it's up to the youth to push and create that space for themselves. Whether it's through volunteerism, whether it's through content creation. But like now, the world has opened up. You don't have to restrict yourself to the technologies in Kenya. You can learn anything if you want. You can showcase your skills to the world if you so wish. So for instance, like in Palladium, what we've done, we recruit a lot and I'm involved in technology-related recruitment. For instance, right now, we don't ask you, do you have a degree in computer science or whatever? We ask you for competencies. We ask you, can you do X? Can you do Y? And we ask you, can you show us what you've done? Whether it's through volunteerism, whether it's a personal project you have, whatever it is that you've done, can you show us what you've done? Because we have no way to verify. If you're recruiting someone in South America, they tell us they come from a university called MKU, South Africa. How do I know that university is legit? The only way to know is if that person has the necessary skills, then they can do whatever we want done. So I want to challenge you guys, as you think about it, don't think who will create for me a space, who will change for me to find a chance. The ball is on your court to create a space for yourself, to push and look. I like Peter, although sometimes he's too much for me to handle, but he's a pusher. I'm sure when he wants something done, he would call you 10 times. So I think that's a drive I would want to advocate as we think about education and all this. And like right now, there's a big drive in sustainability mechanisms like climate change. Things like I had the gentleman talking about inclusivity. How do we make our solutions inclusive? So it's up to us to see how can we push and create a space for ourselves and showcase our skills and competencies. And I'm telling you for sure, once we showcase the competencies, people will start looking. Yeah, that's a commitment.
I think they say we got ears and we got just to listen to what Patrick has said. If you wait for people to create spaces for you, utangoja sana. Like we can say that. So you go use the technologies that exist for us, jump on, do your thing, and people will join you. Okay? Wilson, do you have something really quick before we jump on to the next one?
I interact with some students and I don't understand why they are not like traditional if they're supposed to do the computer with hardware and system. I don't know if you're aware of the ALX Foundation. I enrolled in January and by last week I was able to complete my C program. And we are all projects, like every day there's a project we need to do, need to program something, like you get the skills, not the theory.
I like that point. I've been seeing a lot of ALX in the room coming up. You can check them out. ALX in the room. They're very strong when it comes to some of this training capability. There's, to the point made here multiple times, when you want to learn, there are various ways you can seek knowledge. You can go online and you can study by yourself. But I think sometimes the most effective thing is if you're able to come together as you are, and then follow a learning path that exists, and there are many of them that exist. ALX could be one of them, Microsoft Learn, Google Learn, there are lots of them. But at least if you do it together, you can hold each other accountable to be able to actually solve a certain problem. The other thing I'd add is, I think maybe as you get into these communities, I would love to see some hackathons as well. Let's test these things that we're discussing here, and let's actually see how would it look like in practical sense. And many organizations are willing to support such testing environments. All they need is to see that you are organized yourself and you come as a group and say, here we are a bunch of 10, 50 people. We want to do a hackathon related to climate change and solutions we can come up with. We're ready. What do we need? And you'll find the support. But you must start with, organize yourselves and literally set your own pace. And then the rest of the people will be able to come on board and support you.
All right. Thank you so much, Wairimu and Patrick, for jumping on. Darren, do you want to add something on that? Just like really quick for a minute or so, just like on what people have said.
Okay, I'll start with what that sister talked about, our education system. Because being at the University of Nairobi, for a fact, I can tell you, you cannot compete with a Zimbabwean in mathematics, statistics, and even your maths. They are sharp because they do A levels. So when they come to join at the university, we are starting to hear about pure mathematics. It's called what? These just general mathematics and statistics. But them coming from Zimbabwe, they already did it in their primary levels. So you find out that they are sharp and they are ahead. And so our education system, even when they were changing about the CBC, I think the CBC is good, yes, but the content at which the kids and the pupils are swallowing is less, because when you find a 5-year Chinese child, they know how to operate a laptop. But even in our areas, some of the students at the university, when they come there, they have never even touched a laptop. And so that is the difference. We need to incorporate technology from the ground, so that when these people come to the university already, they know some of the basics to do with computer. And also, notwithstanding, I've been a volunteer at KIPRA, the Kenya Institute for Public Policy and Research. We've been writing policies And for 2 years, I can tell you the university students, they use university students, especially from the University of Nairobi. We've written so many policies, but you find out that it's just a documentation. Huh? You do a very good conference, they give you a good topics, you go and research, you write, you are given a certificate. I have now 3, and those policies go nowhere. So that is a challenge also, because this is just to read for you on 20 watts. There is a PS. Let me just read for you what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, so as Darren checks that, but we get the point now. We get like exactly now, you guys, you got to come up with something. Walimu just suggested you guys come up with a hackathon after this. You guys form those groups. Once you form those groups and you have a good picture of what you want to do, then people will be willing to support you. But if we just sit out there as youth, we want to talk, we want to be given opportunities, no one will give you the opportunities, my friends. Darren, have you found it to read it for us really quick?
Oh, so this one is the Forestry Principal Secretary Kimotho Kimani announced that the government will lift a ban on logging in public and community forests in July, which means we do the tree planting. So when July comes, they lift the ban, somebody will be cutting 100,000 at night, and you're planting 500 here, 200 there. So the impact will not be felt. So you see the kind of leaders we have, we the young people, we need to get to the table and say that this country is ours, so that we take back our country. The people we are electing and the people being appointed, they don't have the interest of the youth, because they are already all. Who will suffer? It's us and our children. So thank you.
Okay, good one. In fact, there is something that has just been read for us. We have people who don't have interest of youth at heart. We better jump on, take the mantle and just say, if you can't listen, we are the people who will invite you. So you've got to come to our table. So then this is now the point now. I would really love to bring Wairimu on. And what interested me, like when Wairimu like say, Peter, I'd really love to be part of this one. And we went talking about the challenge I was running. And then Wairimu asked, Peter, do you want me to do something? Then I say, I know what like you deal with. So I will not like, for example, don't take the challenge. Let me just do a few things. We'll get the letter sorted. But first, how we got this group, nearly everybody in this room, if you are lucky to get here without taking the challenge, put your hand up for me. Just if you didn't take the challenge. No, my name is okay. No.
Took a different challenge.
Yeah, they took a different challenge, like 3 of them, like they didn't take the challenge. But if you are out of the 3 who never took the challenge, and you are here, yeah, Jaroge Webu Kosawa, you went and checked you on the portal, so you are sorted. So anyone in this house, how many people applied to be on this particular event? I think we had over 200 people. But how I filtered people out was through that simple challenge. Go do this small thing online. Other people called this a scam, and that's a young person. Like I'm taking my time to text them and say, just explain to thing. And then they say, the lady said, in fact, it was a lady who said, oh, too exploitative. And I'm like, no, I didn't respond to that one, but that is a young person who really need to be part of the event to gain something. So a youth saying this is exploitative, and it's just to go and type something, use the hashtag, and then come. And why I wanted to bring this up, it is because we brought a hackathon. Imagine if you could not take that small challenge of that, just going using your Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter to just create a hashtag and say this is exploitative. Well, the older are there, they will exploit you. So you choose what you want. Either you want to deal with scams that you know, or you want to deal with the right thing. So Wairimu got some good presentation for us. So Wairimu, the floor is yours. We got the slide up. If you just want me to move something, you just let me know. So
Okay,
yeah.
you. I'm gonna change it a little bit, given our audience. My name is Wairimu, and I work at Microsoft for the first 7 years now. I did not start in technology. I actually started in finance, worked at Deloitte at some point as an auditor, and then started developing some interest around operations and how to make things efficient. So that's my specialty. I'm a problem solver by heart, and my job is to make things efficient. Why? Because I'm probably a bit lazy, and so it can be done faster, easier than